All right, hello you guys. Back with another video as you can see. In today's video, I'm going to talk about like the anxiety that you get when you like surround yourself with someone with BPD and also just kind of tie that to my situation today. So I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of an update. Um but yeah, so I'll just go ahead and get started. So yesterday afternoon and like I'd say late afternoon, early evening, I just felt like almost this like dark cloud like above me, if that makes sense. And like I was really like happy in the morning and then all of a sudden I just got like a complete like mood change and I was like kind of feeling depressed. I was feeling very anxious and I'm sure you guys know what was causing me so much anxiety and it was my ex. My ex was in my mind, obviously. And the reason I was feeling this way was because on Thursday when I last saw my ex, drove my ex to work, my ex was super happy, super cheerful. We had a great conversation. Everything seemed to be civil between us, like we were on good terms, and it seemed like old times, right? And so, I guess I was hoping that Monday morning, which was earlier this morning, would be like that as well. However, I was still thinking in my mind, like, oh shoot, like what if it's not? Like what if my ex just like is super pissed or super sad, takes anger out on me, cusses at me, whatever. So like I was just anxious because I'm like, yeah, they could be really nice today or they could be or tomorrow, whatever. Or they could be like super pissed off, right? And I just didn't know, So like the way I was feeling, it didn't feel good at all inside of me. So like I had like, for me personally, when I get anxiety, it feels like just like this heaviness on my heart, like someone's like, this is weird, but like squeezing my heart. And I just felt completely bad on the inside and, just like worried overall. And it's because, again, I just didn't know like what side I would get of my ex, and it's that walking on eggshells, like I've been talking about. Like, you always have to be aware. Like, you feel like you can't like be yourself because you don't know how this person is going to act. And it was just like a horrible feeling, because at least with other people, if they act really good consistently, you're like, "Oh, great, it's going to be a good time, whatever." Or if they act really bad, you're like, "Okay, this person is stupid." But like if it's, such a roller coaster like inconsistency type of thing, you don't know what you're going to get. So, I guess that's why it does give me anxiety because it's like again, it's that Russian roulette thing. Like I could get a really good version or a really bad version. So yeah, last night wasn't feeling good at all. So I slept, woke up this morning. I had a little bit of anxiety this morning, not as much as I did last night. I think obviously sleeping helped and just knowing that okay, in an hour or so I'll see my ex, so we'll see what happens type of thing. Like today's the day, right? I think the worst thing is not knowing. So yeah, so today I went to go pick up my ex like I always do. And my ex, so on the way there, my ex was like, "Hey, can you basically like pick up Starbucks for me?" And I was like, "Sure, do you want the same thing?" And my ex was like, "No." So I was like, "What do you want?" And my ex was like, "Iced caramel brulee latte." Not that that matters, but whatever. I'm just telling you guys. And I was like, "Straw?" Because if you remember from my last video, I didn't give a straw. It was just kind of like a funny thing. So yeah, whatever. My ex was like, "Yeah." And then when I got the coffee and then got to my ex's house, I was like, "Here," right? So my ex comes out and my ex is walking towards the car. I'm trying to like look at my ex's face and judge whether or not they're in a good mood or a bad mood. And I don't know. Like, sometimes people just have like those faces, like this like poker face, so you don't really know. So you're just like, okay, well, I guess we'll find out. So X gets in the car and I was like, is this what you want? Because I don't go to Starbucks, you guys. I don't even drink coffee. I don't know what this stuff is, right? And Max was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, okay, cool. Um, typically what happens, so I said I'd drop my ex off at work, but there's literally like it's a grocery store basically right next to work, but it's literally right next to our works. Yeah, sorry, that just sounded weird. But anyway, so my ex typically goes to the grocery store in the morning because there's a Starbucks there, right? Gets Starbucks, then goes to work. And I just, go to work right away because again, I don't drink coffee, I don't do any of that stuff. Um, so I'm getting to that in a second. But anyway, I was like, how was your weekend? It was fine. And I was like, oh, did you do anything? And Max was like, no, not really. I was like, oh, so it was a chill weekend. And Max was like, yeah. And so, okay, get into this next thing. And I'm like, so, you said like they haven't restocked. Like, that's what my ex said, like in the earlier text, which is why my ex went at Starbucks. Like, they didn't restock stuff because, this grocery store was on strike, whatever. So, that's what my ex said. And I was like, so do they like, I had a question overall. I was like, does the Starbucks in the grocery store, can you basically order anything from that Starbucks or are there like limited things? And this is wild. But my ex was like, it's the same effing thing. And I was like, okay, like, sorry, like, I just didn't know. Like, because I genuinely didn't know. Like, if a Starbucks is in a grocery store, I just kind of assume that they didn't serve as many things because it's in a grocery store and it's not like the actual Starbucks that you go to because I don't know how many supplies they can have. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So, like, I was like kind of shocked that my ex would say that. It's like, holy crap, it was a question. Like, it was a genuine question. Like, I'm not trying to like be stupid. And if it was a stupid question, like, I apologize because I don't know. Anyway, I didn't go there. I didn't lash out, but I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I was genuinely curious. Like, I don't know. And I think like I kind of said that, and my ex was like kind of like pissed off that I said that. So I just kind of stayed quiet. And I didn't say anything because I was like, okay, obviously there's tension here. Like, it was a question. Like, it was like anybody else would have just answered the question or would have been like, what do you mean? And I would have explained myself and whatever. So it was silent the rest of the way, right? So then I dropped my ex off and the coffee was sitting in the cup holder, right? And so my ex grabbed their stuff and was about to like leave the car. And so I gave the coffee to my ex, like, because, obviously when someone's trying to get out of the car and they have stuff, like, they'll come back for the other things. But like, I just thought it would be a nice gesture to hand the coffee to my ex. Because that's what I did on Thursday. And my ex was like, oh, thank you so much. And whatever. And didn't say anything negative about it. So I just assumed I could hand the coffee, right? Okay. So then I park, whatever. Ex gets the stuff. I hand the coffee. And my ex was like, I can do it myself. And it's like, holy crap. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I just thought I could help you. And um, it's just like, really? Really? Like, complete 180, you guys, from the way my ex acted on Thursday. And so it's just like, what in the world did I do? You know what I mean? Like, you should be happy that one, I give you a ride. Two, I give you coffee, which wasn't thanked, by the way. Like, my ex didn't say thank you for giving me this, and it wasn't thanked the other day on Thursday. And like, oh my gosh, I don't know how these people can like, you do something nice for them and then they completely like twist it and make you feel like the bad guy, like you did something wrong, even though you did something good for them. And it's like, okay, this is why I have anxiety because I don't know if I'm going to get like literally the devil one day or a freaking angel. And that's legitimately terrifying, you know? And I don't talk to my ex as much as I used to, but even then, like, okay, this is from one day to another. But when we were in a relationship, it could have been from 1 hour to the next, from 1 minute to the next. Like, you just don't know. And like, it makes sense now why I was feeling that way, and I feel like maybe this sounds weird to some of you, but it almost felt like the way I was feeling last night was like God, like, kinda telling me, like, tomorrow morning is gonna be a tough one type of thing, you know? And, I don't know, you guys, like, I left that situation, and honestly, I was kinda like I was pissed off, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't say anything to my ex because I don't wanna cause strife or anything or more strife than what's already there, but, like, just I don't know, I left and I was like, "How," like, thinking in my head, "How could you treat me this way? You know, after all I do for you, after all I've done for you in the past," like, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, I don't know. I have to give my ex the, stupid gift that I purchased, which my ex said, "Oh, Tuesdays, I can probably fit that in my, um, whatever thing that I carry around," and I was like, "Okay. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so we'll see what happens." But, I just wanna get that completely, like, off of me. Like, I've had it for, like, almost a month, and it's like, I don't need this crap, you know? Um, but I don't know, you guys, like, I'm really, like, I don't know, questioning a lot of things right now. Like, and I know, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Shout out to the guy that always, comments on my videos. You're amazing. Like, I love to, read what you say. I'm blanking on your username and I apologize, but you're basically telling me to get out of this situation, right? And I know I should. And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of closer than ever of me like leaving this situation, which is crazy because a year ago I thought we were, I don't know, it's insane what can happen in a year, right? A year ago, everything was, I was going to say perfect, but I mean, looking back, my ex was fighting with me and I just didn't see it until obviously I got out of all this stuff. But but you know, it was a lot better than it obviously is now, you know. And it's like dang, like had I known, you know, you guys, like I don't know. But yeah, that's the cause of my anxiety and it makes sense. I feel like literally if you've dealt with anyone like this because it's push pull and it's so off and on, you can't help but have anxiety, you know? And I think just me recognizing how much anxiety it gave me last night, it's like, is this worth it? Like, this could really, you know, tear me down. And like, you know, again, blanking on your username, I'm so sorry, but you always comment like, you know, like you're saying, like, I need to get out of this situation. And it's like I know I need to. I just don't know if I have the guts to do it, you know. But I think again, it's getting there just because of I feel like how much harm this is causing me, like mentally, and then, you know, mentally with the anxiety, and of course, emotionally, like that's going to harm my body in the long run. And it's just like, I don't know, you know, but at the same time, it's like I really love this person and I want to see him do well. And I don't know, it's tough. Like, it is, like, this is probably hands down the toughest thing I have ever gone through, you know, and I've gone through some things, but this is hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, guys, just wanted to tell you my thoughts on that as it relates to anxiety and basically tell you what happened today. So yeah, I'm sure I'll have another video tomorrow because you know it seems like every day something new pops up and whatever. So yeah, just kind of expect one. Again, I don't know for sure if it's going to be tomorrow, but it'll be in the coming days. That's for sure. So yeah, anyway, thank you for tuning in and yeah, have a good one. Bye.